I don't think I was really thinking too much about the future. Like, I was so immersed in school. I loved school so much. Like, that was like my entire focus. Like, I wasn't thinking about getting a job. I I know that sounds probably something that a really privileged person says, going to a liberal arts school, but I think my goal, I really wanted to help people. I think that was one of my major things. So I volunteered a lot. I volunteered downtown at like a homeless, for like homeless youth, like of anything. That's what I really wanted to do, was help people. A lot of stuff. I wish I was more aware of how judgmental I was. I think I was kind of a really judgmental person, and of like, and I think it was because I was like super duper duper Christian, like the most Jesus-y of Christians. So I was like very judgmental of other people. I thought I wasn't, but I wasn't as open to people being different and believing things differently, and you know, how people make mistakes too, like in their lives. Like, I really thought, you know, if you're a good person, you go on a certain trajectory. Where now as an adult, I realized that a lot of people make mistakes, people's lives go in all different types of directions that they never thought, and I think that's something that I wish I had realized earlier. I mean, it was the most consequential year of my life, I would say. Like, the most important. Like, I met a lot of different people that I had in my sort of little bubble of that Christian school. People who believed a lot of different things than I did, who also called themselves Christian. My best friend that I made there, who I'm still in contact, we're still friends today. He was gay, and so that was like the first like openly gay person that I had like been really close to. Yeah, I mean, when you're immersed in a totally different culture, coming from a very insulated one, it really challenges like everything you thought about the world, which was really hard. Like, it was a good year, but it was also really hard. Like, what am I doing? You know, why am I here? This is really like exploding my worldview. And it was, yeah, it was really hard personally in a lot of ways, but at the end, I think I came out a lot more empathetic and open person to other people, so I'm really glad I did that. I don't know, it was such an accumulation of different things.
Like, did you make a lot of friends?
Yeah, I made a lot of friends. We lived up on the top floor of the building. It's like this building downtown, which was where the seminary was that I went to school for a year. It was like state run. We don't have that here. Like, if it's a seminary, it's not funded by the state. You know, it's like a
Gotcha.
It's a private thing. And so we all lived on the top floor. It was 10 people. I was the only American, so that was awesome. I had a English roommate. I'm trying to think. Yeah, a lot of memories are just like sitting in the kitchen, because we had a really small kitchen, like talking to each other, learning. I was learning Czech, and the Slovak people would like teach me. I did spend Christmas in Slovakia with some of my friends that I met there, so that was really memorable, like getting to see how my friends lived, meeting their families, understanding people's economic situations, how privileged I was. I think that was probably one of the most important memories, was going and visiting some of my friends in these very small towns, you know, living in these, working weirdly for like the steel industry, like outsourced jobs from Pennsylvania, and paying them people almost nothing. Yeah, and people getting like injured, and it was depressing, but it was like, it gave you a different understanding of how people live and how people get by and how people find joy in their life still. So I had an amazing teacher in high school, and I had him for 3 years. It was Mr. Comack, and he was so serious. He had the driest sense of humor, but like everybody loved him. He always encouraged me. We especially would talk a lot about books. Like he would lend me all of these books, and even when I came back during college, he would always have a book with him, knowing I was going to come back, that he had bought for me. I'll have finished my PhD, and I've hopefully gotten a tenure track job. Right now I'm sort of in a temporary position here.
Your PhD for what?
Language and rhetoric. So that's what the research project is for, and I'm gonna hopefully be done with it next spring.
Next spring? Oh.
Yes, I should write a book.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so then I'll have a...
How do you feel about your journey in your PhD success?
It was really hard. Like, after my master's, I thought, like, I'm not doing any grad school. I thought I was really smart, and then I did this master's essay that was like 45 pages long, and it was terrible. Like, I'd never written something that long. My committee was really harsh on me about it. And I was like, oh, I'm not cut out for this. Like, I can teach, but I shouldn't keep going to get my PhD. And then when I was here, I decided I wanted to take a class at UW Seattle in language and rhetoric, which is what I'm getting my PhD in, like teaching writing, basically. And the teacher I took was amazing. He's my advisor now, and he was very encouraging, and I wrote this giant paper. You know, it was like way above and beyond, like 20-something pages, and I felt really good about it. And then I was like, no, I can't do this. I just needed to kind of fail at that other thing to get at where I was then. Yeah, be nice to yourself. Find something. In terms of a major, I would say don't worry about, picking the right major for a job. Like, find something you think is really fun and you love, because then you'll just naturally be good at it by the end. You'll have skills no matter what, as long as you find something you're really passionate about that you're studying. And it makes school more fun. Find a community of people. I know it's a lot harder here than at my school where you're all living in the dorm, but and I would say, like, go out and do something in the real, regular world. Don't get caught in sort of a school bubble, which it doesn't sound like that's a problem with you at all, because you're the... But, like, do an internship, figure out what kind of jobs are actually out there. Like, I feel like I really like being a professor, but there's a lot of other things I didn't consider that I could have done, because I was so like, oh, I'll just keep going to school and going to school and going to school, because I didn't know, like, what else I could do. And I think that if I explored that more, had done, like, an internship, or really understood what was out there for me, I would have had more options. Yes. I mean, that was like a transformative experience. Like, definitely. If you can do it, you should do it.